welcome back to my channel, you guys. I do have a full foundation routine video for you guys today. I went ahead and did my makeup yesterday and I noticed it looked so good and so flawless. I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and let them know because I can't keep it to myself. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had so much fun filming it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that, I don't know why, but don't forget to like and subscribe and become part of the family. But let's go ahead and jump into this video. I don't want to talk too much and alright, so the first thing I always start off with is orange corrector, because when you go ahead and color correct your face, you don't have to apply as much foundation, because I do see people out there who have like dark marks or something they want to cover up on their face and they go ahead and pile on the foundation. You don't need that much foundation and I'll show you guys today. So I always go ahead and use my Cover FX orange corrector and I just go ahead and apply it around my mouth because I do have like that dark pigmentation around my mouth, and also right here because I used to pick at my skin when I was little. So I do have a bunch of acne marks. I already color corrected my under eyes because my under eyes are dark, y'all. I haven't been getting any sleep because of school, so I went ahead and covered that up. So that's basically what I do first, and then I blend it out using my Japanese brush. This is really good. I found this at TJ Maxx recently, and it's a really good brush to blend it all out. And y'all can see it's just blending it really nicely into my skin and just covering up all that dark marks. It looks a little bit crazy at first, but trust me, y'all, the more you blend, the better it gets. So moving on to foundation, I do have two full coverage foundations I always go to. The first one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Amber Honey. I really do love this for the summer, y'all, because it helps with my oil control. And the next one is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Marquises. This I love too. Compared to the Estee Lauder foundation, it doesn't really control my oils, but at the same time, y'all, like this looks like skin whenever I go ahead and apply it on my face. So for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and use the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I really do love this stuff, y'all. Even in the summer, it doesn't look oily or greasy on the skin. It just looks like a nice dew. Is that even the word? Like a nice dew? I went ahead and applied it yesterday and I forgot how much I love this because I've been using the CoverGirl foundation every single day. I love that foundation so much, but this one just looks as nice on the skin. So let me go ahead and dot it on my face. With foundations like this, I don't normally go ahead and pile it on. I just start off with a little bit, at least one layer, and then I blend out and see what else I need to apply on the face. And then to blend it out, I always go ahead and use my beauty blender just because I love how it looks on the skin. Once you go ahead and blend it out with a sponge, it just looks a whole lot better than a brush. That's my opinion. But y'all, did you guys hear about the beauty blender foundation situation? Honestly, I still kind of want to try the foundation out just because it looks different and it's very innovative compared to everything else on the market nowadays. But I'm just so sad that they had to go ahead and do that. But at the same time, I still want to go ahead and try it out. So let me know down below if you guys want me to go ahead and try the foundation out, because I'm definitely thinking about it. So as I'm blending the foundation out, y'all can definitely tell it is very full coverage. You don't need a lot of pumps with this one right here. Probably 1.5 pumps is all you need with this foundation, but it covers up every single thing on your face, which is why I love it. And I always go ahead and bring it down to my neck because my neck is a little bit darker than my chest area, so I always have to go ahead and put foundation there. So this next part is very important. When I go ahead and apply my foundation, I always go ahead and do one layer, but of course parts of my face still peeks through, like my blemishes on my chin area, on my forehead, and on my cheeks. So what I do instead of applying another layer is I go ahead and apply a little bit of foundation on the back of my hand. Then I go ahead and dot it on the areas that need more coverage, like my chin right here, the other side, and my cheek. And this is just way better than applying another layer of foundation. That way it doesn't look too cakey on the skin. And then I go ahead and blend it with my beauty blender. Alright, so moving on to concealer, I always go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape. This is very full coverage on the face, but what I love about it is it does control my oils because y'all know it's summertime and it's very hot outside. So I always go ahead and apply a little bit on my face. I don't need too much with this because a little bit does go a long way. I put some here, right here, and on my chin. I don't know what it is, but concealer is like my favorite part of makeup. I don't know why, but it just makes everything come together. Because without concealer, I feel like I look a little bit crazy, but I don't know. It's just my favorite part. So right now I'm applying the Fenty Beauty Contour Stick in the shade Espresso, just to add a little bit more color to my face because I do feel like I look washed out on camera. And then when I go ahead and blend it out, it just makes my skin look together. Like, I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but it just makes everything look together. Now, before I go ahead and set my under eyes, I do want to talk about how you set and how you bake and all that good stuff. If you do have dry skin, I do recommend just setting your under eye with a little bit of powder. But of course, you guys do know I'm a little bit oily, so I don't do that. I do go ahead and bake. Now, my friend did message me and she was saying she was having a little bit of trouble with her under eyes looking flawless and smooth. So I want to show you guys the little trick I do. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it on my channel at this point. But what I do first is I go ahead and use my sponge and blend out the creases underneath the eyes because you don't want to set the creases. And then I go ahead and use my powder. I'm using the Huda Beauty Kunafa powder right here. I really do like this stuff. And I put a little bit of powder on the sponge and then I press it into the skin first. You want to go ahead and prep the area first before you go ahead and bake. You don't want to just bake on top because it'll look a little bit dry and just, it doesn't look good whenever I used to do that before. But when you go ahead and press it into your skin first, it looks a whole lot better. And then once I'm done pressing it into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and bake on top. I don't know what it is with this color of the powder, but I just love it so much on my skin. But I'm going to go ahead and bake for about 10 minutes or so, and then I'll be right back. So to set the face, I'm going to go ahead and use my Studio MAC Fix powder. You guys know at this point, this is my favorite powder. But the reason why I do love it is because it does have some coverage to it. So let me go ahead and use my Wet n Wild powder brush. And with this powder, you don't need a lot. If you apply too much, y'all, it will look very cakey on the skin and you don't want that. So with a light hand, I just go ahead and pat it into my skin really softly. I don't add too much of this powder, y'all, because it does look a little bit too much if you apply a lot. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just set it. Alright, so for the most part, this is what the face will look like. It does have a lot of coverage, a lot of powder, creams, and all that stuff on the face, but it doesn't look cakey. That is the trick. So what I'm going to do now is finish up the rest of my face on camera. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Anastasia Mahogany bronzer. Honestly, I don't need that much because we did cream contour, so I don't need that much bronzer. But let me go ahead and apply a little bit on the cheek and on the forehead. And then also I do add a little bit of bronzer on my nose. I feel like my nose is too big to contour, but at the same time I do add a little bit of bronzer just to make it look a little bit smaller. To add a little bit more color to my face, I'm using my MAC Format blush. I used a little bit of this yesterday and it looks so good on my skin. Honestly, when you have too much makeup in your collection, you forget about all the stuff you used to use before. Like, it is terrible, but I did rediscover this yesterday and I am obsessed with it. And to make everything look a little bit more like skin, because I do have some powders on my face, creams, and all that good stuff, I want it to look more like my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and douse my face in the MAC Fix Plus. This stuff is so good. I am obsessed with it. So let me go ahead and shake it up and then spray. Woo! Alright, so for a highlighter, I think I'm going to go ahead and use my Tarte Spotlight highlighter. It's a cream highlighter. It looks very natural on the skin. So I always go ahead and apply some to the back of my hand like so. Then I take my brush and then I just apply it on my face. I just think it looks a whole lot more natural that way than going ahead and applying it directly on the skin, because it just didn't work for me that way. But with this method, it just looks a whole lot better. Alright, so I do hope you guys enjoyed my little foundation routine video. I had so much fun filming it. Let me know down below what else you guys like to see from me on my channel. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one.